These are my England Premier League predictions, betting tips and predicted score for round 7. Last week we had round 6 and we had 9 out of 10 games successful for the betting tips for round 6. We are unlucky with the game between Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. Our predictions was over 1.5 goals. Nottingham scored, it was disallowed. Then later on Fulham scored the penalty and it ended 0-1. So that was the only game that did not end in a success for round 6. So now we are here for round 7 and we hope for the best and we pray for 10 out of 10. And before we go any further, if you are new to the channel, if it's the first time coming across Jb Predictz, do ensure you are hitting the subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you'll be notified whenever a video is being uploaded. And as you are watching this video right now, ensure you are hitting the like button. It's very, very important. And before I go into the Premier League predictions and predicted score, I told you guys I'd be working on a long-running slip in which I'm supposed to release it today, but due to one or two things, I have not yet released it. But I might release it today on TikTok Live. So if you've not joined my TikTok, ensure you're joining my Telegram because I'll post the link on my Telegram to join my TikTok when we have gone live. So if I am not able to still go live on TikTok, maybe due to one or two reasons, I will still release the video tomorrow on our tomorrow's daily predictions. But I will try my best to see how I can go live on TikTok today so I can share you the long running slip, and I'll try my best to also attach it with the codes. So if you don't want to miss it, ensure you are joining my Telegram. So for my Telegram, you go to my TikTok. Once I share the link of the TikTok, you join it through there. So that is by the way. Let's dive into the business of today. So we have the first game to be Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. And before I call my predicted score and betting tips, we have seen how Liverpool has been. Since they lost to Nottingham Forest, Liverpool has changed. They have been in back-to-back winnings in the Champions League and also in the Premier League. So I believe they will want to maintain that pace. This game is going to be very, very tight and difficult for Liverpool. 1, it's an early kickoff. Normally, early kickoffs are very crazy. 2, Liverpool has been playing Champions League games back-to-back and they have been delivering 100%. So fatigue can play a role in Liverpool struggling against Crystal Palace. You know, as Crystal Palace were resting, Liverpool were playing a game between, who did they even play? Bologna. So this game is going to be very, very tight. But I believe at the end of the day, Liverpool should scrape out a win in that match against Crystal Palace. And my predicted score is Crystal Palace 1, Liverpool 2. And the betting tips is Liverpool to win at least 1/2. We have the second game to be Arsenal versus Southampton. Arsenal also has been in a very, very, very good form. And they just defeated PSG in the Champions League. And I've said it before, since the beginning of this season, Arsenal has one of the best defense in the whole football now. Like Arsenal has one of the best defense line. Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, and Timber. One of the solid defense line. And their goalkeeper is doing very, very well. Raya always turns up for Arsenal whenever they need him, saving crucial penalties, one-on-one saves. And I believe Arsenal will maintain that good record in this match again. Southampton, to be honest, is not a threat to Arsenal. I know they will want to give a very good fight, but Arsenal will have to just show class. I know they played PSG, but they are winning this one. Like Arsenal are winning this one. One, they're at home, and they don't want to disappoint their home fans before the international break. So Arsenal are taking this one cleanly. So we have the predicted score to be Arsenal 2, Southampton 0. And my betting tips is Arsenal to score over 1.5 goals or home team over 1.5. We have the next game to be the team that has been breaking records every 1 second of the game. Brentford versus Wolves. Brentford has been scoring 1 second. Like the game just starts, boom, Brentford has scored. The game starts again, boom, Brentford has scored. I will not be surprised if they do it again, if they score in the first 2 minutes again. And Wolves, on the other hand, to be honest, I'm really sad for Wolves because Wolves has lost crucial players. They have lost key players. Now they've just sold Pedro Neto to Chelsea. They've sold Pedro Neto to Chelsea and it's very, very disappointing. And Wolves are still struggling. That is just it. They are still struggling. And I don't think they're going to beat Brentford. It's going to be very, very tight, but I don't think they're going to beat Brentford. So my predicted score also here is 2 to Brentford and 1 to Wolves. And the betting tips is over 1.5 goals in full time. We have the next game to be the team that has been fighting, Leicester City versus Bournemouth. Leicester City surprised Arsenal last week, but at the end of the day, they were not able to hold that game in the last minute, and Arsenal won 4-2. They conceded 2 9-minute goals, but Leicester did very well and they played very, very well. Bournemouth, on the other hand, has been amazing. They defeated Southampton, I guess 4-1 or 3-1. Yeah, 4-1 in their last game. And these two teams, I'm expecting them to score themselves. So my predicted score here is 1 to Leicester City and 1 to Bournemouth. And the betting tips is over 1.5 goals in full time. But if you want to take it a little bit spicier, you can give it both teams to score. But my betting tips is over 1.5 goals. We have the next game to be Man City that played a 1-1 draw against Newcastle, surprising all of us that day, versus Fulham that won Nottingham Forest 0-1. This game, to be honest, Man City are no longer reliable. I know some people argue this is my statement, but to be honest, Man City in the Premier League now are no longer reliable compared to relying on Liverpool and Arsenal. Even Chelsea now are more reliable than Man City. I know Man City, at the end of the day, they find a way of coming out with victory, but Man City, in terms of squad depth and availability of players, they are lacking. You understand? Now, Rodri is not available for the whole season. They struggle. De Bruyne is not available. They struggle. Now, I don't know what they will do now. Like Fulham, if they don't take this match very serious, they're going to lose this game. Because they just played a game with Sullivan Bratislava is not even a threat, but at least they played a match, you understand. But Fulham were resting, Man City were playing a game. So it's going to be a tough one, but since Man City are at home, they will not want to mess up their home fans. I'm still giving Man City the win, in which is 3 to Man City, 1 to Fulham. And the betting tips is to avoid story that touches Man City to score over 1.5 goals, just to avoid stories that touch Man City to score over 1.5 goals. We have West Ham versus Ipswich. West Ham, to be honest, with the way they sign players this season, I'm expecting them to perform well, but they failed. They have been struggling this season. West Ham has been struggling this season. Ipswich, on the other hand, pulled up in the last minute against Aston Villa by playing 2-2, 2 goals by Delap. So I believe they will also try their best to score West Ham or keep on fighting to avoid relegation, you understand? Because being down there this early season is not good. So I'm still giving West Ham a little edge over Ipswich, but I believe Ipswich will put up a good fight. So my prediction and the predicted score here is 2 to West Ham, 1 to Ipswich, and the betting tips is West Ham to win or draw at full time. Over 1.5 goals, over 2.5 goals, both teams to score is very, very possible for West Ham and Ipswich. So 2-1 is my predicted score. We have Everton versus Newcastle. Everton that has been scoring 2 goals and conceding 2 goals and losing in one particular match, have a game against Newcastle. And Newcastle, I guess, I don't know what they played in their last game. I can't remember. But Everton can score Newcastle today. Likewise, Newcastle will score Everton tomorrow, not today. So this game, to be honest, I'm giving 2-2 to be the predicted score. 2 to Everton, 2 to Newcastle, and the betting tips over 1.5 goals. We have Aston Villa versus Manchester United. I know everybody's waiting for this match. Everybody wants to see what Manchester United is doing. I'm a Chelsea fan. I love Chelsea so much, and I don't like Man United for any reason, but not because they are down now, I will start bantering them. Never. I will not try it. Because anybody can, his own turn. I know we've struggled. Chelsea struggled a lot. You guys can testify. We suffered last season and last upper season and the upper season and the upper season. We have been suffering. Oh, Chelsea suffered a lot. So now Man United are struggling. Look how they played with Porto yesterday. 3-3. From 2-0 lead to 3-3. Chelsea cannot be leading 2-0 now. This present Chelsea leading 2-0 now and concede 2-2. Impossible. But I believe this Aston Villa and Man United game is going to be very, very interesting and full of goals. So my predicted score is 2 to Aston Villa, 2 to Man United, and the betting tips is over 1.5 goals. Alternatively, for value, both teams to score. But my betting tips is over 1.5. Now my club, Chelsea versus the Forest. Now we are going to Forest to go and burn down that bush. The Forest has been growing and growing and growing and growing. The Forest even took Liverpool there and buried them in that Forest. So we are going back to that Forest now on Sunday, to burn down that Forest and save Liverpool from that Forest. Because now Nottingham Forest kidnapped Liverpool in the Forest. So we have to go there, burn down that Forest and bring out Liverpool. So my predicted score here is Chelsea 2, Nottingham Forest 1, because there's a very good chance Chelsea will concede. Robert Sanchez, obviously. We have the betting tips to be Chelsea to win at least 1/2, and the predicted score to be 2-1, 2 to Chelsea, 1 to Forest. And to sum up the day, Brighton, Hove and Albion and Tottenham Hotspur. 1 to Brighton, 1 to Tottenham. I have nothing much to say because Tottenham can be very crazy. No matter how I explain about Tottenham will just be crazy. You understand? But Brighton, when they play Chelsea, they really showed us class. So if Tottenham does not take time, they will lose that game to Brighton. But my predicted score is 1 to Brighton, 1 to Tottenham Hotspur. Over 1.5 goals is my betting tip. So guys, that is all for today. And I wish us all the best and I wish us success. So the betting tips are Liverpool to win at least 1/2. Arsenal to score 2 goals, Brentford Wolves over 1.5, Leicester and Bournemouth over 1.5, Man City to score over 1.5 goals, West Ham to win or draw, Everton Newcastle over 1.5, Aston Villa and Man United over 1.5, Chelsea to win at least 1/2, and finally Brighton and Tottenham Hotspur over 1.5 goals. So the booking codes will be shared on my Telegram. So ensure you're joining my Telegram. The booking code for this game is 7 odd. All these games are 7 odd, so the booking codes will be shared on my Telegram. So ensure you are joining my Telegram so you will not miss the codes. But later on, I'm going to work on the long running sleep and I'll be on TikTok live later on today. So I will share the long running sleep there on TikTok. So I wish us all the best. See you next time and bye for now.